Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Garden State Esports League. My name is Adam Tinkelman.
My name is Connor McLeod, and I just like to start off the stream to say, feels good to be #1, right, Adam?
Yeah, we are 3-0 at this point, going into the fourth match, and I think that last game was a pretty good indicator of what the team is capable of going forward.
Absolutely. A phenomenal display in the second round when they did not drop a single round against the Barnett Ostrogoths. Now, a display like that making me feel good as we go in today against the STEM Phoenixes.
I agree, and I think a lot of that can be attributed to their tendency towards defense. I saw that as soon as they were defense in the first round, it really picked up for them. They started just making up time and getting in the kills where it mattered a lot quicker. And then especially in the second game, as you mentioned, yeah, not a single round dropped.
And you can even see that defense on offense. What I noticed is that in the first round, they kept rushing A because the A had the perfect place to set up blocks, set up smoke, and plant the spike, and instantly it became a defense game. They have fantastic map control.
Yeah, with their use of smoke, definitely. Just blocking that line of sight, area denial, use of smoke did wonders for their team, and especially when they're willing to be so aggressive with their defensive strategy. They would come right up to the edge of the smoke, weapons drawn, and be ready to get into a close quarter fight. And I think that's extremely impressive when you're dealing with a team that's competing in a league level like this.
Absolutely. Their use of Viper and Sage to set up walls all along the points, phenomenal all around. Not even to mention the accuracy of someone like Twizzy dropping that many kills in the second game. I'm so excited to see this game. Speaking of which, we are about 15 minutes out. What are you hoping to expect, Adam?
Well, I'm hoping to expect a little more ranged play from everybody on the team. I noticed that, I think in the second round it was, someone pulled out a sniper rifle. I think that really, that having that defensive strategy and then using ranged weapons, especially on high ground, is extremely effective. Especially when you're aiming around corners and stuff. It can really serve as they kind of try to move up or even flank. It can serve to just immediately wipe out another player on the enemy team.
Absolutely. They were using a lot of close-range weaponry, mainly SMGs. I saw a lot of the Phantom. But yeah, with how good they are with accuracy, an operator could clearly wipe out a good portion of the enemy team, and I'm hoping to see a little bit of that. We saw the operator come out a little bit in the second game, and man, was it fun to see.
I'm wondering if they'll end up changing up their agents at all.
Yeah, we kind of saw the same compilation both games. Viper and Sage working fantastically. I think everyone needs a Sage every now and then just for the good revive. But yeah, you never know. Especially something that Hybrid likes to do is just keep their enemies guessing.
Yeah.
It's like they push A for a good couple rounds, and then just when they start getting comfortable defending A, they go up mid to B.
I enjoyed their willingness to be, or to try new things and be a little sporadic. I know they used Sage that last game to raise her up even higher into the air, like using her wall, and got a couple pretty clean kills that way.
That was one for the highlight reel. Getting that just so much height that all you can see is the head, that's by far the best way to get a kill.
It was clear just seeing the other players' reaction that they didn't know what to do, and they weren't expecting that to happen. So it was very interesting to see the kill after that, and then the ensuing match, because one of their players was just kicked out.
Yeah, Hybrid just has a way to just find creative little ways to keep their enemies on their toes. Man, it was a good. I'm not to say that the Ostrogoths did not put up a good fight. The first round they brought back a good couple rounds after they started kind of feeling it out for Hybrid there.
There was definitely a point of contention. I think it was around 5-4, and that's when something changed with WPSD's play style. They definitely picked it up a little bit more, started getting more aggressive, while still maintaining, in an interesting way, still maintaining that very defensive style.
It's an interesting little strategy that they use, and hey, that's probably why they're #1 in the league right now.
Well, yeah, because if you manage to keep it so close-knit all the time, either offense or defense, I think that would definitely serve to pretty much like thwart any plan of attack the enemy team would have.
Absolutely. I personally loved last week. You could probably hear it. I was a bit of a fanboy. Twizzy's performance last game. Twizzy, like I said previously, fantastic accuracy, and I'm always a sucker for just someone who can hit shots that quickly.
Yeah, especially around corners when neither of the players are expecting to see another person.
Absolutely.
Just having that quick reaction time, flicking the cursor just a little bit to the side, and then getting one good, clean headshot.
Yes.
Definitely makes a difference for a team.
But yeah, so as we move into the fourth game here, the Phoenix is 1-1. We're 3-0. We're always excited. Maybe seeing a new map this time. We mainly played on Ascent last time. Perhaps a Zone C coming out. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Just switching it up. We do not see their tendency to go mid. Mainly just pushing A or B like straight. But I'm just very excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I do think they didn't rely too much on the spike. Neither team did. And perhaps when you're just trying to get picks as fast as possible, that's just a typical style for most teams.
We saw that their strategy early on in game one was mainly around turning that spike, that offensive spike, into a defensive position, keeping it around that. I think a box on point A was where they planted it behind Sage's wall. As soon as that gets planted, panic begins on the enemy team because you can't see where it is, you can't see what's going on. On the other side of Sage's wall, all you know is that 3 players are there and the spike is somewhere there. Instantly, you have to just run in and go, and that usually ends up where people start making some mistakes.
And I also am curious to see if they'll play agents more geared towards defense, such as I think Raze was one of the they played. I think Twizzy actually played Raze in the last game, but someone like Killjoy or Cypher, something like that, maybe get a little more strategic in how they kind of lock down those choke points using cameras, traps, something like that.
Even a chamber would be nice, just for a trademark, even to slow down some enemy players. And it's something that I always find interesting is how well Hybrid works under stressful situations. I believe it was Spy last game that dropped a 4-bomb when he was the only one left by flanking around through mid and up towards B. That was very fun to see.
Yeah, I agree. And the flanking especially is impressive.
Absolutely.
Having the patience really to maneuver around those alleys that may be trapped. You know, you don't know if someone's going to be there because you could always place a rear guard to make sure nobody flanks.
Of course, yeah. I've always been a sucker for a good flank. I like to play Omen myself when I'm playing Valorant, and just his abilities are geared towards that. I would love to see if Hybrid would play an Omen it'd make my heart happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you play, Connor?
Mainly Omen, but you know, like I said, but. You know, I like Sova every now and then just for the information gathering with his arrows, but yeah, you know, maybe one day I'll be on Hybrid. Who knows? Who knows? I'm working my way up.
Maybe one day you'll be in the Garden State Esports League.
Absolutely.
League's a big term.
Leading the team to #1.
I'm more of a Sky player myself.
Yeah, really.
I just like the ability to heal. I feel like that's very important in a game like this. But I'm gonna level with you.
Yeah.
I like Australia. I really do. I got a soft spot for it.
Yeah.
So I think we're around a minute away.
Of course.
From starting the game.
We're gonna see Adam's Australian accent come out very soon.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, no, I'll keep that in mind. Although I am excited to see how the Phoenix team plays. I really am not sure how they're going to match up to Hybrid's defensive style, but I am curious to know what they're going to do when they kind of creep in and figure it out.
Yeah, that's honestly why I believe they didn't drop a round in game 2. Like, they spent all of game 1 losing a couple rounds, but figuring out their play style, and they knew exactly what was going to come to them in game 2.
Yeah,
and that was very impressive. So. We're coming up on the first game very soon. What are you excited to see?
Gosh, I do think you're right with Chamber. That's definitely something that could benefit their team. I think though that if they had a character maybe like Astra who could look through the walls and like feel out the whole map. So if they were to drop some area denial, some smokes, just destroy that line of sight, having that. Ability to get behind them without physically moving there would do a lot to stun them, to kind of throw them off guard, and I think that would make it a lot easier to move in from the front. I don't. That's a pretty heavy change in style, so I don't know if I expect it, but I think that would definitely benefit them if they were able, even a brimstone, being able to drop smoke kind of off away from the other from their own team and move it to them, just to completely break up their line of sight and try to move in as fast as possible to take them out.
Very true. Very true. Now, next week we should have a lined up interview with Coach McGarry, the team's coach, who's doing a very good job.
Yeah.
But so far, with all the strategies we talked about already, so it's excited to see where it comes from the man himself.
Yeah, I did want to chat with him. I mean, I was expecting a teacher, like a teacher maybe from the school, but no, I think he just completely stepped up to lead the team. And I've always been very impressed with people who have that natural leadership.
Absolutely, we've heard him give pep talks before, and man, he's a leader.
Yeah, especially with something like esports, which is not your traditional sport, I guess you could say.
Absolutely, very new all around.
Yeah, different. I mean, it's a different animal. Like you train in different ways, you meet in different ways, and especially with the advent of all of this all these new forms of online communication.
True.
It just makes it a lot easier, but also a lot more different.
It's a brain game.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when there's something a player needs help on, you yourself may not be able to help them. So I think that is also a testament to the team's ability to work. Just work together, work individually, and get better overall.
Yeah. I do think we've been hyping up Hybrid a lot. A weakness I do see with them is just their lack of range. So that's why I want to see them with a chamber, but a chamber could also be their worst nightmare with using his ult to just take them down. Operators, snipers like that, marshals.
Yeah.
You know, it's a scary thought, but
I do agree with you there. Once we start getting into those later matches where the teams are just getting better and better, you're probably going to have teams that can counter that very close-knit style. And I think in an odd way that may happen with a similar strategy that WPSD uses, which is having these area denial and these just blocking that line of sight. It would work very well if a lot of people were clumped together, which WPSD Comets tends to do, especially when they're on the attack.
And that's a problem that we can that even happens in most games, clumping together. You never know when a grenade could come around the corner.
Yeah.
But
or when Raze has her, our ultimate.
yeah, that haunts my dreams sometimes.
We actually saw a good kill with that.
Absolutely, I think I pointed it out. I saw that he was just one kill away from having his ult, and I see it pop, and then instantly on the dot, rocket launcher comes over the shoulder, and I got a little happy. I got a little excited when I saw it. Yeah, I get happy whenever I see a bazooka. What can I say?
Only that. Only a little concerning, but it's okay. We're talking about Valorant.
It's a video game.
It's okay. It evens out.
All right. Now. All right, the game should be coming up on us soon.
I wonder where they're coming in from, because we are at the Scranton School of the Deaf right now. They've been kind enough to lend their facilities and some of their equipment. I wonder where they're coming in from.
Yes, because WPSD Comets Hybrid is a Pennsylvanian team when we're playing in a New Jersey league.
Yeah.
Because, well, actually, we're the first Pennsylvanian team, a high school team, really there is.
Which is pretty incredible. I feel like that's a piece of history, that people often overlook, but like that's there.
Absolutely, and huge thanks to Garden State to actually allow a Pennsylvania team into a New Jersey league, and we're grateful to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe we're done. We're starting up the game now.
Starting up soon, yeah.
We're going to be starting in a few minutes. Me and Adam are going to go on a quick break. Stay tuned. And we're back. Right now we see Hybrid here picking their characters. Very excited to see the game starting against the Phoenix. Right now we're seeing a Jet, Brimstone, Sova.
Okay, so that is interesting. Definitely, they don't have a Viper this time. They didn't.
Viper did fantastic with her walls. Maybe they are changing up their strategy, like we mentioned.
Okay, that Reyna changed to a Breach, which is, yeah, we did see that last time. Breach
Definitely.
was definitely a pretty consistent character.
Remember what I said with a Sova. Sova has an amazing way to just get information across the map, and his ultimate is great if you can hit his tracking arrow correctly.
Yeah, it all depends on and if you can hit it.
Yeah.
And that through the walls is a pretty powerful ability if you can catch them off guard.
Absolutely. I've been on the receiving end of it, and it's not fun to know that he can see exactly where you are, and it's coming, and you have no cover to hide. Just jump, crouch, and pray.
Choose your agent.
A fun character, and I'm so excited to see Spy play him.
And Jet is also a very interesting choice. A lot of maneuverability.
Smoke, and her ultimate is a killer. If you can hit it again, accuracy, but accuracy is Hybrid's strong suit.
So I am liking Sage and Brimstone. I definitely think, as we both said before, that blocking a line of sight, that being able to maneuver where you put those specific area denial abilities is really important.
Very true. We're moving on to Icebox. Icebox is a map that we did not see last game, and it is different. When you see how far apart A and B are, quickly, and plus how just the spawn zones are. Very similar. Mid is a very good opportunity on this map. It's very tempting to go up mid for either side. It can throw off the defenders very quickly depending on which way you go.
One might say it's chilling. Jeez, I'm funny.
Thank you, Adam. Anyway, buy phase. Moving on to the first buy phase. Of course, just pistols for now, but we're seeing a lot of ghosts. Ghosts, by far, my favorite pistol, just for how accurate it is. And we're going to see some headshots here, I believe. Maybe that's a bit of a spoiler, but...
I think it also benefits their tendency to flank. At least one of them. Now, they don't do it all the time, but when they do, having the Ghost is just a no-brainer.
Absolutely. We're starting on defense here. The team is very split up. We see two of our players in the middle here. Brimstone all the way on the side here, which I'm very excited to see what he plans to do. Perhaps he is going around for a flank up mid? Who knows?
Yeah, and I do believe that Breach's ability to close the other team in is extremely, extremely important.
It looks like the enemy team is coming in for A now. We're losing Spy off the gate. Sova, very, very valuable for the team. Might be a hard loss. Ooh, very quick reaction to Gems. Gems with a 3-bomb.
Looks like they're all just biding their time now. That quickly went.
Locking down those angles. We don't know how the enemy Sova and Chamber can react to this. Gems popped off 3 quick headshots in very quick succession, dropping a 3-bomb. Can he pull off an ace here? We don't know.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, okay.
Twizzy with a fantastic headshot, stopping the ability for Gems to get an ace, and Prod with the final kill. Great round 1.
Perfect round 1, really.
We were a little scared when we lost Spy off the bat, but the team quickly rotated around and got 3 kills off the bat, annihilating more than half the team.
That's absolutely true, and I think that just really goes to show their abilities in close quarters.
Absolutely. The first pistol round is always amazing to see, just because it shows off their ability with headshots. It's so brilliant here. We see Coach McGarry here, coaching our players here as we go along.
Looking over their shoulders. Okay, so
a bulldog. Interesting. We usually see people with either phantoms or vandals. We have a bulldog here.
Oh, okay. Twizzy is getting some fire here right out the gate.
Playing Brimstone. We saw Twizzy play a lot of Viper last round.
Charging up there.
Nice blast there. The 3.
And just got him. One of them had the high ground, I believe. Yeah.
The 3-round burst with the bulldog is a little strange sometimes. But if you know what you're doing, it can do great work. We see here Spy here with the Spectre, a very close quarter SMG, looking down a long range sight. We don't know how this is going to go. Looks like the enemy team has planted the spike at A here. Whole team quickly rotating around to defend it.
If WPSD Comets can just move in there, and I think just very systematically take the other team out, they have a chance.
Great tracking arrow here with Sova. Let it fly.
There they are.
Looks like the enemy team has a Viper here, putting up a very good defensive
Very
wall.
important area of defense there.
We almost see almost the Comet strategy using it against them there. Using the walls to defend the spike.
Dropped it from the high ground. But
Great shot with Spy there, yep.
Die.
Spy's doing great work with the Vector. Spectre.
Oh. It was a great push though.
Absolutely.
That I mean, that really like you don't have very many teams that can just rush in like that, be very systematic, and get I think 2 kills before being taken out.
Yeah, and I think the only a reason we lost that is because maybe one of their weaknesses is that range. We saw a lot of Spectres and Bulldogs that are not really suited for a long range fight.
Especially the range with high ground.
Absolutely.
We can
Moving
overcome them.
to round 3. Let's see how this goes.
Again,
Gem's using only the Ghost here. Interesting.
A little spread out, but I think they know what they're doing.
Scanning ahead.
Gem's got 3 kills with that Ghost beforehand. I'm excited to see if he can pull some off. Like even with when the enemy has some higher firepower.
Okay, we lost 2.
But Prod quickly responded with a kill there. A lot of pistols being used. Probably not with the funds of losing that last round. Spike is planted on B. Does not look great for WPSD Comets right now.
Okay, that's 1 down.
That's what I was talking about. Gems with his accuracy. Very good.
Just 3 more to go.
Healing himself. He's excited.
Oh, get that bridge.
Oh, and with the Vandal, he's taken down.
Yeah, that is the one challenging part of being the last one left. You know, you're firing like crazy. If you run out of ammo, then you gotta go through that animation.
We saw a lot of pistols there. The Comets saving up their currency for a little more higher firepower. And I think right now what they're doing is just kind of seeing how their enemy plays, looking at their strategy, maybe forming one of their own.
Yeah.
We've seen them in the past. You like lose a couple rounds just to see what's going on.
I definitely think that part of their weakness, or WPSD Comets' weakness, was that they had the high ground from afar, and they were easily able to pick off their WPSD Comets' last person.
Very true. Prod using his area denial off the bat. Seeing here with a Vandal. Oh, we know that's not a Vandal. That's a Vandal.
There it is, our boy, the Vandal.
I love a good Vandal. A Vandal's a great
It's
assault.
solid. It's very solid, especially for the way WSD Comets likes to play.
Now Spy is holding A. They've seemed to push A twice so far. Oh, there. See what I said with Chamber?
Chamber, that perfect range.
Yes. We'll see how Hybrid adapts here.
Prod backing himself in here. Only way to go is forward.
He's got some heavy firepower. Let's see how he uses it.
Sees the fire waiting around the corner.
Walking right into Viper's mid. Ooh, very nice headshot. I didn't even see him.
Almost through the smoke, yeah. Must be pretty proud of that one. That Viper wall in an odd position.
Now Blue taking down their Viper.
Last player standing.
Oh, Prod's going down. Now can Gems do it? Gems has a Vandal. Oh, and right around the corner. Round 3 goes to the Phoenixes.
Okay, so they are up by 2. However, it's still very early.
Still very early.
And we have not seen WPSD Comets as the defense. And I think that's where they truly shine.
That is where they shine. A good about 8 more rounds till we do see them on defense here. But let's see how they react on offense. Oh wait, they are on defense right now.
Oh, they are. I'm sorry.
We said wrong things, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Look at us amateurs.
Yeah, I know.
We're all laughing at us at home.
Revealing area.
Sending out that tracking arrow.
Good. That's important there, especially on that high ground.
Yeah, you never know when they're going to come.
Really
Smoke is going out with Prod. Gems early down with.
Oh, whoa!
Spike
That
down mid.
was big.
Can we switch to Twizzy, please? I'm about to fanboy again. Twizzy had triple headshot 3 bomb so quickly.
Dropped in it. It's dropped to a perfectly even 2v2. Okay.
2v2 Spy on 2. We've seen Spy pull this off before.
We have.
Against much greater numbers.
Switching out his gun.
Spike planted. Looks like they're at B.
Not a problem if he can push in fast enough.
Has all of his abilities. Full on ammo. He just needs to stay calm and work his way through this. He's taking it slow. Oh, right around the corner. There goes Spy.
Noticed right away, the Phoenixes are very good at quick flanks and very good at holding that high ground.
I know what must be done.
And with that, We're going to go back to the next buy round. We don't know what they're going to be choosing, but I hope it's something a little more long range, because that is so far how the Phoenixes have been taking them down so far.
Yeah, I definitely like to see a sniper rifle here or there. Just definitely holding one of those angles.
Yeah, now the op is expensive, and losing many rounds in succession does not help you for your finances.
Certainly not, yeah.
So we're probably just going to see more Vandals, but Vandals can get a good job done for long range. We see a Spectre here, interesting choice. Smoke's going out with Prod here.
Scanning ahead.
Enemy spotted B.
4 out of the five members here on WPSD Comets here have their ultimate. We'll see if they can turn a couple rounds in their favor.
I'm waiting for that long range from the Phoenixes. I don't want to see any of WPSD Comets get trapped in a hallway in a corridor.
Spike planted.
Very true. Prod and Sova are holding down A now, but it looks like they're all going B. Quickly rotating around to support the rest of their team.
Okay, 3v4 now.
If Twizzy can pop some amazing headshots like he did last round, I'd love to see it. Almost. And immediately he's back up. Rez by Gems. Oh, very far headshot by Gems. Very impressive.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Another headshot by Gems. Oh, and that's the round.
Just the flank around, yeah. Reyna definitely trying to devour there, but got a little carried away, I guess.
Very true. WPSD has certainly been putting up good fights, although we're losing these rounds. It just takes a little bit for them to turn it in our favor.
I think it comes down to that environmental awareness.
Absolutely. Icebox is a strange map for the strategy that they've been taking so far. Plus, the losing the Viper is probably a strange thing to adapt to. I do believe Spy has been doing great on Brimstone, but we never know what could happen here. Twizzy here with using nothing but the Ghost. Interesting.
Possibly looking for a tight flank of some kind.
Saving those credits. Maybe we're looking for an op. You never know. An op is a very expensive weapon here. We never know what he can be saving up for.
All right, softens him up. Reaches abilities, great for softening him up. Blasting through the wall. Holding that high ground. And there were 2 of them there, so that was just a bad situation to be in.
Rest.
Oh, but Gems is
Player standing.
Those flanks are really hard to hit. Are hard to hear. With the Ares. Spy's coming in.
Spike planted.
Spike is planted on B. On A. And
yeah, there's very little you can do
especially when you're blinded.
Yeah, when you're closed in like that, and there's 4 other enemy players, you can't watch everywhere at once.
Absolutely. Icebox is an interesting map. I'm excited to see maybe what next game has in store. Maybe if we get a sense again, we can see their good old classic strategy come back out.
The old bread and butter.
The old bread and butter. But now let's see. We saw a lot of our teammates here saving their credits. I'm very excited to see what we can see here.
Go.
I'm waiting for that op to come out. Really, it's always exciting. It's a high risk, high reward maneuver because it's expensive. You lose it, and then the enemy team has it, and you don't want the enemy team to have it.
And I believe it was Twizzy last game who was the one who brought it out for those couple of rounds. And I think you're right. Twizzy is very good at being consistent. I'm always having fun fanboying for Twizzy. Twizzy's fantastic. But we don't play favorites. We don't play favorites. But the rest of the team is also fantastic. Oh no. Holding that corner, yeah. Oh, it disappears into the Viper, and all that's left is Twizzy. I think we're allowed to fanboy now. Aww. Okay, that one was quick, but however, they're just getting back into it. 1-7.
I got your backs.
Let's see how Hybrid responds.
This is similar to how it was against the Ostrogoths.
The Ostrogoths did play some heavy opposition early on in the first game.
It did. It took a couple of rounds, but the WPSD Comets definitely pulled it through at the end and started rocketing ahead. You never know, because the Comets are fantastic at just locking down and memorizing what the enemy team does. Agreed. We could see potentially a similar response to last game, just learning how the enemy team plays. Yeah, definitely watching that high ground up there. And I will hand it to the Phoenixes. They have been playing both points very well, keeping the Comets on their toes. Quick response. Sova popping his ult. Not connecting. Oh, almost got a 2-kill there with Spy. Although the Spike carrier was killed, so they know where it is now. Pod going down. Gems here with the Spectre, doing great work last time. That Viper is giving him hell. Yeah, Viper using her ult again. Very big cut.
Health is draining. Putting heavy pressure here on Gem, and
Player
that's
standing.
going to be it. It's hard. It's
Spike
hard to even figure out what
planted.
you're going to do in that moment.
Right, and that definitely is a gamble. Yeah, they are very confident when it comes to close range, waiting right in front of that smoke, waiting to get that kill. However, I mean, you got to just assess that risk reward. Is it worth losing the health? Do you think they're going to come through? And I guess in that case, Gem's judged a little bit wrong.
Very true. So round 9 is going to go to the Phoenixes. I'm excited to see what happens when they switch sides. Maybe offense is more what they're suited for here on this map.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking up the defense playing, but really, I think one of the things that WPSD Comets can do well is adapt.
Absolutely.
So if they see a need to play a different agent, if they see a need to use a new route, I think they'll take it.
Very true. Very true. Now let's see here. This is a different sort of setup we have here. Teams all spread about. Gem's here in the middle, ready to respond on either side.
Quizzy right away with the kill.
Early headshot. There's that Bulldog again. 3-round bullet burst Bulldog is something strange. You have to get used to it, but quickly
Right
losing
under
both
the
two members. Pod responding with 2 headshots. Go 3, 4. Oh, amazing!
I have a piece of paper here that says that was incredible. Peer-reviewed study.
Stay in range of my
Incredible.
stim beacon. We'll
It does.
move
It
them
does
down.
say that.
What can I say?
He's a psychic. What can I say?
That was an amazing play.
That was amazing. See now the adrenaline's pumping
Right,
up.
the adrenaline's pumping. I think WPSD Comets is starting to get into it a little bit.
It's exciting to see. I'm ready to see maybe a few more of those kills.
Listen, I think if they are able to close in on the Phoenixes, really get them in a box, they will do extraordinarily well.
Because that's what we saw. We saw almost Gem staying in the middle of the map, ready, because the Phoenixes are playing both points very well. So you need to be able to respond quickly, and as soon as A happens, boom, all around in circles. Losing many of our own members, but Prod just coming in to take out 4. 1 away from an ace.
Oh, see, that was tricky. Used the drone as a bait.
Yeah, and then Reyna came right around the corner with a headshot. Prod and Gems with a
Spike planted.
2v5 here.
Last player
Spike was
standing.
planted, just Prod again. Prod was looking for an ace last time. Can he get it here?
All down to him now. I think he can do it.
So the problem is, where is the spike right now? We don't know. It could potentially be.
Came around that corner.
Reyna is really good on offense, especially with her Devour
Last
and
round
everything.
before the
Yeah.
switch.
It's scary to see.
And you could actually see that a couple rounds ago. She was so desperate to get in that Devour that actually just allowed herself to be killed. But hey, I mean, that flank worked in to their advantage.
Absolutely. We see here Coach McGarry doing some great teamwork. Now, as we move into
You want to play? Let's play.
Yeah, I think as we continue moving, it's important to note that the WPSD Comets, a bit of an odd name. However, it's named that because it is a hybrid team with hearing and deaf players.
Absolutely. Abington Heights Comets and the Scranton School for the Deaf have partnered together to create this team, which has some, so far, great results, but also some challenges having a mixed team of both hearing and deaf players.
Yeah, it's not often that you really see a team that's so diverse in such a special way.
And it's great to see that inclusion. Of course, it can hurt communication from time to time, but so far, 3-0 has not been really shown in the Comets so far.
Yeah, and you got to imagine a lot when at least when I'm playing, a lot of it is the call-outs. You make call-outs to your team. You quickly go, oh, he's here, he's on the left, blah blah blah. But it's not necessarily possible to do that.
Yeah, but it somehow their communication doesn't really stop. And an ace on the enemy team there by their Reyna.
Switching sides.
Run when lit by my sonar. That's when we strike.
Yeah, so actually the school board of Abington Heights and the school board of the Scranton School for the Deaf have voted both unanimously that this team would be a fantastic idea,
yeah,
especially to bring it together. And nonetheless, thank you to the Garden State Esports for allowing the team into the league.
Certainly. I mean, you know, of course, I'm sure there's concerns with a team that you don't know if it'll do well or not. But I think part of, and we've said this multiple times, but I think in and out of game, WPSD Comets, their ability is just to adapt. Is to adapt.
Absolutely,
That's really
in
what
life
it is.
and out, especially with just the mix of players we have on this team.
Really, and I think when you're not able to necessarily shout out, make a call out, you have to be able to communicate with your teammates in different ways. And I think one of the ways they do that is by filling very specific roles.
Smoke's down.
Yeah, so like we said, Abington Heights School District and WPSD School District have come together to make this happen. And honestly, thank you for these people for not only giving all our players an opportunity to show their skills and also giving us the opportunity to talk. That's what we love to do.
They don't really. People don't realize how special that opportunity is.
Absolutely.
It's just really powerful for students to be able to work together. And I mean, almost as if on cue, as we're talking about the opportunities here.
Let's ruin their day.
There we go. 3 players still up, and that's impressive.
I'm smelling a comeback.
You smell a comeback?
I smell a comeback.
What's that smell like?
A comeback.
I couldn't agree more.
Right there.
Looks like they're all. Yeah, no. See, here's the thing. The way they're set up, they actually are in a great position to quickly make movements to each other, move over to each other, and I think that's another way is important for them.
Absolutely. Moving into round 14 here. Again, Spectre. Spectre is a fantastic weapon, but I'm wondering why such a heavy reliance.
And they're all very clustered here, which is something we noticed.
Almost all of them being revealed there by Sova, by the enemy Sova.
Coming through that Viper screen, that's going to be tough.
And we saw the same thing. Oh, right on the other side of Sova, they're waiting.
Breach putting a good burst through the wall there, hoping to maybe stun some of them. Keeping the high ground, I like that. Twizzy with the high ground, I think that's going to be very helpful for them.
Twizzy is fantastic on the high ground. Ooh, almost flipping the head. Pod with 3 kills.
Flash out.
Time to stock back up.
Amazing, yeah. So this program is only about 1.5 years old. When a year and a half ago, Abington Heights was approached by WPSD to open up this team, and so far it's been taking off and showing great results.
Yeah, and I think that this is it's very likely that this will lead to more teams, a more expansive esports grouping, if you will.
Especially, yeah, we would love to see maybe a league pop up in Pennsylvania every now and then, maybe once or twice.
There's plenty of schools here in Pennsylvania that would benefit immensely.
Because esports is very new. Everyone knows football, and that's the best thing I could think of. But yeah, no, there's many students around in many schools that want this opportunity to play, and thankfully we're lucky enough here to have some of our students play here.
And it certainly is something that we understand the hesitation. It's like you said, it's new. There's a lot of unknowns, especially with COVID kind of running its course still. And it just goes to show how lucky we are for both of these school districts to be so willing to give students the opportunity to play.
Down
to a 1v4 here.
The spike is lost. They're on offense now.
Gems, frequently the last one. I think Gems likes to stay behind, definitely play a more supportive role.
Especially, yeah, with Sage, you need to. Now, playing a little back and forth here with the Silva. We don't know when the rest of the team will arrive, and there it is.
Started to use that flank against them and then got flanked themselves. Yeah. But really, you can't blame them. When there's 4 enemy players, there's not a lot you can do.
Not much, yeah.
Tired. Are you?
So what do you think that comeback's still possible for WPSD Comets?
Potentially. You never know. I'm excited to see definitely next game. I feel like they have a solid grab on what the enemy team has to offer. Icebox is not the best map for their play style. I'm excited to see maybe a map like Ascent, maybe something like that.
The Sova's mine.
This enemy is actually 2 away from winning. We're playing from to 13, so they only need a couple more wins to get this.
Quickly catching that off point by Spy. Ooh, and he's a little concussed.
Looks like their Viper got some good picks there.
Twizzy here is with the spike, pushing up towards B here.
WPSD definitely not benefiting from those Viper area denial abilities.
No, yeah, we saw almost using against them what happened to them last game. Viper was by far their backbone last game, and now we're seeing the defense here.
Oh,
Reyna, their Reyna is very impressive with their kills.
2 right in a row, right there.
Yeah. Twizzy with the spike, very surrounded. And there it goes again. Almost. one away from an ace there with their enemy Reyna.
That range definitely
Match point.
benefits them.
Absolutely.
Spike site.
Now, do you think they could WPSD Comets could benefit from an agent switch now?
I would hope so. I want to see, after knowing what their enemy team has, I want to see their Viper come back.
I agree.
Maybe even a chamber if possible. I love a good chamber every now and then, and hear me out, probably not the best, but it'd make me happy, an Omen.
Yeah, and I think the Phoenixes definitely
fly.
are using that to their advantage, maybe unknowingly. They certainly,
Scanning ahead.
WPSD Comets certainly like to go through those Viper walls and those bubbles despite the damage being done. And I think if they had a Viper of their own, that would definitely be better for their team.
True. Now this is match point 4v5. We see Blue here floating around up the top. The Spike
down.
player lost there with Twizzy. Blue responding. Oh, and it's Prod. Ooh, Prod and Gems versus 3 others.
Holding that angle well.
Prod with a quick headshot, 2v2.
Quickly bringing
Very
it to
close
an even
round.
match.
Got the
Yeah.
spike.
Spike is retrieved by Prod here. Very good with Brimstone. We saw him play both games.
Kind of just searching now.
It looks like they're rotating around to B.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Prod with his
2v1.
third kill. Prod has by far been the MVP so far of this game.
They're moving quickly now. Probably are looking for that last guy.
2v1, not even waiting for that, not even wasting time getting that ult point. Just wanting to get the chance to plant. We don't know if they're here yet. Like we saw last game,
30
Gems putting up the
seconds
wall and planting there. A fantastic offensive strategy. Quickly using Brimstone's abilities to their advantage,
Especially
making it
adding-
a defensive game.
Yeah, adding a little bit of coverage to that high ground area. Definitely very important.
See, Hybrid here is by far down a lot, but not
that.
down, but not out. They're still putting up a fantastic fight against the Phoenixes here.
Just holding that angle is
Very true.
very,
I
very
think
powerful.
they're so
Absolutely.
secure.
All right, I wonder if they're all nervous in there.
I know I would be. You can't drop a single round.
The Phoenixes are one away. They get this next one, then that's it.
Absolutely. Prod has been doing
I need a
amazing work
drop.
so far with how many kills he's been dropping.
Need
Twizzy
a
too with that
drop.
very fast 3-bomb.
Yeah.
We were looking at a completely different player, and I just watched the kill feed
Spike
just.
is still in place.
And I think, yeah, the perfect placement of that Sage wall. Perfect to provide that cover.
It's an amazing offensive strategy. Moving into another round here. Match point still. Looks like they're pushing towards A. Looking at Blue now.
Got the spike.
Holding all these angles, taking it a nice slow assault here.
Yeah, definitely not trying anything too fancy.
Oh,
Getting out of there.
very quick.
Here.
Blue using Jet's ability.
Oh, a very nice opportunity there, quickly snatched away by the enemy Sage.
One enemy remaining.
All the kills coming out. Down but not out, again, keeping
maybe
it
you're
up.
right.
Only 6 more rounds until they can tie it. It's like I said, stressful, but Hybrid works well in stress. Now let's see how the Phoenixes react to this.
And I think definitely Jet was a very good choice. Using that maneuverability. Now that was
Spike
unfortunate
Brownish.
getting picked out of the air like that. However, that definitely provided a very powerful line of sight on the enemies.
Yeah, coming right above there at the enemy team's Sova.
Spike is here.
Almost having an
Know what to
amazing
do.
pick for getting shot out by Sage. Very cool to see. Again, going
You
for the
want
same
to
round towards
play?
A. We like to
Let's
see them push
play.
A. Gems is up here with a nice Vandal here. Taking it a little more long range. Seeing an enemy player here with Sova's arrow. Nice Brimstone ability.
Jet moving in.
Making great use of Jet's amazing maneuverability. Blue here does have his ultimate, and we know how powerful Jet's ultimate can be if it is used correctly.
Especially in close quarters.
Absolutely.
Keeping that
Moving
high
in quickly
ground.
on all directions. Prod here coming around
Right
the
here.
side with an Ares.
Right here.
And they are very clustered, but that may not be a bad thing.
Twizzy here always like to see shooting through the wall. Spike is being planted round A, doing amazing work.
Holding those angles. That's just the important thing for WPSD.
Uh-oh, enemy Sova ult. Looks like they don't know where they are. Not much connecting there.
Stim beacon down.
holding that angle with Brimstone. Twizzy is getting ready.
One enemy remaining.
Breach, great character for
Quick
a situation
shots.
like this, just kind of firing through those walls, stunning the enemy. Flawless.
Flawless round.
For WPSD Comets. That's
Now,
amazing.
Adam, I don't mean to brag. My nose is never wrong. And call it a jinx, but I'm smelling a comeback.
You know what, Connor? I can't say I disagree. And I think I have a newfound respect
For my nose.
for the nose. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, God, I'd love to be in that room and just feel that energy, that probably some of that tension.
Just looking at Spy here, bouncing his knees. It's a very stressful way.
They're getting in there, and they gotta pull it
Keeping
through.
the game alive just barely. One round the Phoenixes have to take.
Moving slow. Definitely can't take any chances right now.
Blue looks like he's about to come up through mid.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
We see a bit here. Twizzy looks like he's going to flank around the side to A, but
I
almost
think
holding this corner.
Definitely being kept as a rear guard, hoping that maybe one of them comes by trying to flank.
True. I'm interested what the strategy is here behind this, because they look like the last 2 rounds that they've won here, they've been in a very close-knit group, and now it seems looks like they're all now rotating up towards mid.
They formed almost a wave, maybe just waiting for them to come in and hoping they can get some picks before pushing in towards one of the sites.
Yeah, taking the high ground with blue.
Definitely very important, and the Phoenixes have definitely showed they can do that and use that
Absolutely.
to their advantage.
Oh,
But picked off.
not even know where that was.
2 in quick succession.
Twizzy and blue both gone. Very high-ranking players for our team.
They've done it before.
Very true.
Can they get this one?
I want to see another fantastic 4-bomb with prod, maybe
That
even
Viper
an ace.
wall completely separating, and there it is.
Losing gems here. Could this be the end of the game? Oh, barely missing Reyna. Oh!
And there it is.
And the Phoenixes are going to take the first game.
End of game 1. Now, they did put up an excellent
Absolutely.
attack at the end there.
Definitely leaving some stuff for the highlight reel that game. Fun to say, even though it was a loss, fantastic stats all around for the hybrid team.
And I definitely would expect, lots of the Phoenixes up there for sure.
Very, like as we see here, their enemy team's Reyna, KDA, very nice. We saw a couple aces from them. Not even aces, but 4 bombs, 3 bombs. Very good accuracy.
Although it is assuring to see that Prod is right up there.
Absolutely. We'll see the little battle of the Titans perhaps next game between these two players. Looking around, Twizzy again, fantastic KDA. Gems, Blue, and Spire are near the bottom, but that's okay.
They are not the bottom.
Not the bottom.
And that's what matters.
All that matters.
However, I would totally expect them to quickly pull ahead. The WPSD Comets, I expect them to quickly pull ahead in this next game. I mean, that attack at the end, that was amazing.
Yeah, although that they lost let the last round kind of slip through their fingers there, they definitely started to get a feel of what the enemy team was carrying here, and perhaps they can bring the next game back.
I do hope that they implement or they choose Viper. I think you're right that the Viper on the Phoenixes was consistently walling off team members and keeping them from supporting each other, and I think that's so important.
All right. Now, yes, like you said with the Viper, I'd love to see that come back, especially with her ultimate to just gas out the area.
Yeah.
Viper and their Sage was almost a perfect combo for Assault, and since they didn't have that, now it's going to be a few more minutes until the next game. Adam, what did you think was a highlight of that game? What would you say?
Boy, I think Prod's 3 kill almost right away. That was definitely my favorite.
3 kill, 4 bomb, almost an ace. It was this close.
Prod
was having a great game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Were there any noticeable weaknesses you saw in WPSD Comets' performance there?
Now, early on, I think they were a little too spread out. I think that was the biggest problem. Once we saw on defense their Gems kind of taking a switch way between both points, then they started to rack up a little bit more there. But yeah, a bit too spread out. 2-on-2. The Phoenixes worked fast and quickly took out the 2 defenders, and then that just left the other 3 to respond.
Yeah.
Which is not a good situation you want to be in on defense.
I agree, and I think part of the of traveling with a teammate, moving forward in maybe a duo or a group like that, part of it is that you split the enemy player's attention, so they can't move their cursor onto two people at the same time, and then they end up getting taken out themselves. However, when you're so spread out like that, they can just bounce from one person to another and take out players.
True, true. Well, yeah. Hopefully next game, not Icebox. Icebox.
Yeah. Icebox is tough. It's a tough map.
Absolutely. Now,
so we are actually going to go on a minute break. However, we'll be back with Game 2. Hopefully the WPSD Comets can change up their style a little bit and pull ahead very quickly.
hoping for that omen. Probably not going to get it, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. We'll be back soon. And we're back. Moving into game 2. We see the Viper. I'm excited.
I know. I noticed that right away. They chose Raze as well. Got rid of Jet. So that's an interesting move. I think that's going to benefit them overall, though.
Yeah, Jet was getting grounded a lot. Like you said, hey, there's Reyna. Sorry,
Astra.
Raze.
Oh, you know, I think Brimstone is working great for them, but I would love to see WPSD Comets play Astra. I really would.
Astra is a fun character, especially. My heart longs for Omen, as always, but I don't think we're going to see it this game. Viper, I'm glad to see back on Twizzy. Twizzy did fantastic work with Viper last time, and that Viper and Sage combo won them a lot of rounds early on next game.
I agree, and I think if there's any other switch, it would be a Chamber. However, they played Chamber a little bit in the last game.
Select your agent.
However, I think they're very comfortable with those area denial agents.
True, true. Now, it looks like the map is going to be bind here. Not Icebox, great. But it looks like their strategy almost works best on Ascent.
Yeah, I think that was an extremely powerful combination of the map and their very specific playstyle.
Absolutely. Now, Bind is a very interesting map, especially with these little ways you can go around on the side here.
Lots of very straight corridors, though, and I think that can be either amazing or very bad for WPSD.
Absolutely. No real mid on this map, but both almost like two directions on either side for point A and B. Now, it looks like, again, WPSD Comets Hybrid is starting on defense. Well, where they thrive most.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if they're able, definitely with their Brimstone, to just lock down those points of entry when the enemy team gets there, I mean, they'll have it in the bag.
Absolutely. Almost all the teams taking ghosts here. I believe I saw Twizzy with or Gems there with a shorty, which is also very fun, especially with the close quarters combat of this map.
Something that's interesting, I think, is if WPSD Comets were to use shotguns more. I think they do prefer mid-range combat. However, I mean, if they can move in very aggressively around those corners, a shotgun would definitely benefit them.
We definitely saw a couple of times that last round where the Reyna would, the enemy team's Reyna would get so close that it was just a matter of time. So, like, being able to quickly shut down a close quarters with combatant would be amazing with a shotgun. Now we're moving in here. Looks like the team is pushing up towards B.
Trying to get a pick
Oh,
there.
getting a quick headshot, but not getting it. Ooh, blue with the headshot there on their Astra.
Oh,
Very
enemy
quick with
remaining.
Twizzy. I'm a Twizzy fanboy.
goes down, but hey, I mean, that doesn't matter.
Grenades coming out here with Reyna on Spy, trying to hunt down the last Reyna. The enemy team's Reyna is a scary agent.
That's something I think everybody has seen. If there's one person to get a 4 kill by themselves, I think it's the Reyna.
Absolutely. Looks like they're all kind of boxing him into a corner here. Spy not exactly sure which side to help here.
Yeah, definitely just each of them holding a specific angle there.
They're blue, all of the abilities ready, just moving in. A dangerous combatant, but let's see how this works out.
Definitely working in tandem, trying to fire. Oh, okay. So that breach was actually put in the right spot.
Devouring, healing
30
up
seconds
by the
left.
enemy Reyna. Very good angle to do that at. No real way for the Comets to respond. Oh, barely missing that shot there. Coming around the side, blue finishing it off.
They had enough angles there to just completely close them in.
Absolutely. First round going to WPSD, and we're excited to see it.
Boy, it's hard fought though. I'll tell you.
Hard fought. Definitely. As fun as it was to see them not drop a round in the second game last time, a blowout is sometimes a little boring. So you know, a nice, good, hard fought victory. I'm excited to see it.
I agree. No, because I think it's just a better show of their skills.
Absolutely.
And that's really what we want. It's what we have to appreciate is just their ability on the battlefield.
The accuracy of their strategy. Seeing the Spectres come out again, I'm excited.
Very stealthy weapon. They prefer that the silencers on the gun.
Ooh, look, the enemy team is coming to A again.
Quickly transitions with
A little
Raze.
upset after the last round. Well, the rest of the team quickly rotating around, unless we have a few operatives going to B. Looks like there is looks like there is an enemy around B. Sage. Spy here, defending A.
Hopping up onto that high ground.
Getting a nice angle here. Not going to expect this.
The Quad is holding a very wide view there, relying heavily on that the hiddenness of the smoke. Takes out a drone.
It's on there. Yes, saw the Owl drone there. Astra taking out some sight. Little retreat, taking a more defense position. Smoke's coming out.
Possibly looking for any flankers coming around.
Spy taking the first blood. Oh, and it was the Reyna that was taken out first this time.
Oh, that is going to work to
A heavy player.
advantage. Yeah.
Bulldog. Really favoring the Bulldog. We didn't see him use it much last game, but he has been using great. Oh, double headshot. Collateral with Twizzy. Fantastic.
Now that is what they are amazing at. WPSD Comets love to just rush that lack of sight. They thrive on being on the other side of that smoke, completely surprising the enemy team.
Prod is such a Prod is such a valuable member of their team, not only for his ability to get rapid kills,
10
but
seconds left.
just Brimstone's ability to smoke out an area. Round 2 to WPSD.
Just dropping the other team so quickly.
Like I said, perhaps just finding a way to just hold, almost download their playbook in a way by playing against so many rounds last game.
I do think Icebox, you were right, Icebox is a very tricky map. Especially for the way they like to play, and if you don't hold that specific angle, a lot of the times it's high ground, then you're going to get picked off very quickly. However, with the way WPSD Comets plays, Bind is a very good map.
Absolutely. WPSD fighting tooth and nail to make sure that this is a 4-0. Spy phase just ending here, going into round 3.
All right,
Enemy team
Viper.
Viper. Oh no, that was our Viper.
Viper, yeah, puts up the smoke right away. Maybe trying to have one of them rush through.
That's interesting. The enemy team dropped their Viper, and their Viper was probably almost their heaviest hitting adversary last game.
And they've added a Killjoy.
Killjoy, not my favorite operator.
Not mine either.
I feel like the turret leaves something to be desired sometimes.
Definitely. Yeah, I think a lot of people, they like to compare it to Torbjorn, Overwatch. However, just not at all the same. I mean, when you have a turret that can take very little damage, the best it can do is give away the position of enemies.
Very, very true. A 3-on-3 here. Their enemy Jet taking out 2 of our own, but quickly being taken down.
Oh, nice pick around that corner.
Lou. Oh, almost getting the Silva. But Silva quickly taken back by Reyna.
All right, it's a 2v1 against their Reyna. Yeah, those reloading animations definitely are tricky.
Absolutely.
You get them at the wrong
Buy
time.
here with Raze. Oh,
Just taken out.
And the round 3. I thought we lost that.
Yeah, I know. I saw the little thing pop up, and I was scared for a second.
For those watching at home, I slid down in my chair a little bit in defeat. But no, we won.
We shrunk in size because of disappointment. However, it was in vain.
That is a fact. It's biologically proven that every time WPSD gets a win, I grow 1 inch taller.
Yeah, so if they actually don't win, we will shrink until we are no longer noticeable to the naked eye. So please, please win. That's our motivation.
Yeah.
Anyway, we see them coming up on round 4 here. Not switching anything up too much, which honestly seems to be working for them. I do think that Viper has provided a ton of cover for them.
Absolutely, staying in their defensive position.
Yeah, definitely. Just being able to move up as much as they have has
Any
been
team
so
going
powerful.
for A here again, not even trying B most times.
Raze being more aggressive than we've seen before. Definitely lobbing some grenades in, trying to maybe bait them towards her.
Yeah, Spy's only 1 off from his ult. We know how that happened last game.
Yeah, rocket launcher right through the smoke. I think we kind of jumped up out of our chairs for that one.
As we look at the top here, it looks like the enemy Reyna does have her ultimate. That's a little scary.
I'm wondering. I think that if they can get them clumped together, Brimstone ultimate. Oh, nice pick there.
Oh, and ultimate coming out.
Really banking on them being around a corner.
Oh, barely missing that. The rest of the team is rotating around in support. Just a little late to save the rest of their teammates.
Unfortunately, yeah, no kills on that ult. However, their Killjoy seems to have gotten a kill.
Very quick response with Blue. Let's see how Gems can take it.
Now an even 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Prod making it a 2v1.
Planted.
Spike is planted. Where is it? Probably around A. There he is, almost hitting him in the back. Gone, and plenty
Nice
of time
flank.
to defuse. That's another round. A little bit of bad manners from Gems there, but who
Jumping up and down a little bit.
it's nice to be a little happy every now and then for a nice win.
Hope that karma doesn't come back to bite them a little bit. But and that is round 4. A win for WPSD Comets.
Now you never know here. They've been taking an early lead. Could it be similar to last game? Not dropping a single round. I would like to see it. It'd make me happy.
Yeah, I think as you said, it's very fun. However, if you don't have that showmanship, see, I think the point is, it's fun to see a blowout, but if it's just very one-sided, it's not fun. However, this is definitely not one-sided, not by a long shot.
Absolutely. The Phoenix here are a great competition for WPSD Comets, making them work for every single round.
Holding that same angle. Wonder if the Phoenixes are going to try to just do a big flank, maybe group up or something.
Very true. WPSD putting most of their players on B side, even though they've mainly been pushing A. Looks like they're pushing B now.
Oh, lots of action here.
Lots of action.
Getting an easy kill. Just got flashed, but holding that angle. Oh!
Their Reyna's down, 2 on 5.
One enemy
Oh, quick
Killjoy.
shots by Prod. Prod almost taking another one. Their Killjoy taking down 2 of ours.
Now, I think that was a good decision on their part to switch to Killjoy. She's been doing a lot better now.
Not the best abilities for the strategy that they're going with, but definitely the player on the other end has some great accuracy.
Yeah, for sure.
Through a wall. Round 5 goes to WPSD.
Ooh, little fist bump there, I think.
Coach McGarry looking pretty pleased.
The jacket has come off.
That's how you know it's serious.
That's how you know it's real. This is happening.
Absolutely.
Oh boy. Giving some hand signals there. And see, that's like we said before, part of that important communication. A team that a deaf and hearing team working together, you have to figure out very specific ways to communicate. And I think we actually saw it a little bit there.
Through a lot of coaching and a lot of practice, the team knows how to communicate, and that is very amazing between a combined deaf and hearing team.
Definitely, and a lot of it does rely on that strong coaching.
True.
Sage immediately walling off that window, tossing some.
Going down, getting cracked by Silva's dart.
Not terrible for where she's at right now. Gem's holding it down, checking their angle.
Gem still has his healing, and only 3 kills away from a res.
Enemy spotted B.
Twizzy's still holding on to his ultimate with Viper there.
Being a little sneaky. Astra putting down some, blocking some line of sight.
Almost all of the enemy team having their ult. We don't know when they're going to use it. Oh, and the nerves getting to Prod there, not knowing what's going on.
Powerful move by Prod, trying to move it, trying to get in like that, but that Killjoy
line
really
of sight completely gone here for Spy.
Ray's moving around slowly.
Looks like Astra here is using her ult. Prod. Spy's coming around. Spike is planted. The ult wall coming down. Very separated. All right.
Nice
Spy get a 4-bomb here and defuse. Oh, unfortunately not.
And just that little pixel of the window was just enough.
Let's
Now, what do you think that Spike does? Is there an in-game reason for that?
So I believe in the lore it is to harvest a substance. I just play for the gameplay, to be honest.
Listen, man, no one can say you're wrong. So you're the lore keeper here.
I'm the lore keeper.
You have all the power.
It is for fun. Anyway, moving on.
Wow, very descriptive.
Thank you.
But appreciated. Yeah, I love that though. I think when you have a game like Valorant that takes a lot of details from other games and kind of makes it its own, it's important to have those little details that kind of stand out.
Absolutely. I absolutely love Valorant. I'm also a big fan of Riot's other game, League of Legends. I've played it a little bit too much from time to time.
Oh, okay. Gem's getting picked off early there.
Box into the headshot.
Brimstone dropping his ult down.
By using a shotgun like we talked about in between rounds.
I think that could definitely work.
A Phantom long range and good for flanking here with Blue coming in through this small alleyway. Make sure everything's all good. Linking up with Spy here.
Okay, they're
quickly rotating around to B. Oh, I think we're about to see an enemy plant.
Quickly drop to the last 2 players on WPSD Comets here.
Planted here on B.
Taking one out. So now it's a 2v3. This is easily doable.
Absolutely.
Astra putting down the blocking line of sight. Typical WPSD fashion, moving in. And just
double kill by Astra, hitting a nice 3-kill.
Yeah, I gotta commend. I love it, and I gotta commend them for it. Just so fearlessly moving through that Astra smoke there. Like, you know, I think a lot of the time players are very hesitant. They don't know what's on the other side, but the Comets, or WPSD Comets, have just made it their home. They've made it their territory, just going through, no worries in the world, ready to take on whatever's on the other side.
They're very bold, especially when that spike is planted. There's no time to waste.
Right, you can't stay, be hesitant. You got to move in.
Very true.
So we're seeing the Phoenixes move up a little bit here, starting to get some rounds of their own. However, the WPSD Comets are maintaining a pretty comfortable lead.
Seeing some early contact with Prod, not even wasting any credits, only going in with the Sheriff.
bold decision, especially with that long reload animation.
Taking down that Silver's Owl drone.
Launching smoke.
Enemy Killjoy locking down the area with her ult.
Oh, that could be very bad. Keeping everybody out. Although the spike carrier was just killed. It's now a 4v4, pretty equal.
A nice 4v4, and almost now looks like most of our players are switching around the side. Looks like they're trying to plant at A, and WPSD quickly responded. Coming in with a shotgun here, the Judge. The spike is planted. I believe it is at A.
And moving into
Spy
those buildings.
moving wide around, hopefully to hit him from the back. And knowing with the Judge, a good shot can take anybody down.
Definitely, yeah, and moving, okay, switches it out.
Vandal could be good if long range comes to play. Watching all these angles, you never know if someone could be watching their back.
And I think these long corridors definitely provide an opportunity for those for that weapon to come out.
Taking grenade off the wall here. Time is running out. Oh, and quickly all three taken down.
Succession, yeah.
Yeah.
I see the other team has a jet though, and I haven't seen a lot of maneuverability on their jet so far.
Not really, no. When we saw with Gems last time, a lot of aerial. Although it didn't work out for him most times, getting shot out of the air.
Yeah, and really I think Icebox was a better map for it. Just those small areas for the high ground definitely provided them with a lot of maneuverability where Jet could easily hop from place to place. However, Bind here doesn't provide that so much.
Yeah, very close-knit small corners.
Right, yeah. Large open areas that extend from long corridors, which is why I think that that weapon was switched out from the shotgun. It really just didn't benefit them much if there was no one in close proximity.
Very true. Now, most of our players here, I was about to say, now it's half and half. Most of our players are looking at A, and it looks like the team is going for A.
Those angles starting to get them a little bit.
Our remaining 2 defenders on B, looks like they're also having a tough time.
Backing up, decides to peek, and not a good idea.
Twizzy taking down. Now, Gems and
and
Prod.
Last ones. They're capable players, very capable, but this is a 5v2, so it's going to be hard.
As long as they take it nice and slow and maybe get some good angles here, they can probably do it.
I think they're trying to regroup right now, just get in the same spot, watch each other's back.
Gems closing off that one round. Spike is planted.
Now they got it
over on A. Oh, almost getting taken down by Gems, but Gems keeping cool. Oh,
nice.
Wow. Gems is responding quickly to these tense situations and healing himself. He has his resurrection. If he can get to an enemy team's body, he can easily make it a 3v3.
Those Astra bubbles there gonna be a detriment, but we know WPSD Comets, they don't care.
Holding all the angles. Gems here maybe trying to get to his teammate's body. There's one there. Oh!
Yeah, I mean, you gotta move in, but when you're clumped up like that...
Getting a little too excited seeing the potential res.
All right, so the Phoenixes have brought themselves up to 4 wins. 5-4
Almost
now.
tying the game.
WPSD Comets gonna have to pick it up, maybe change an agent. I don't know who they could change to though. Do you think that would benefit the team?
Well, they're gonna have to win this game if they even want the opportunity to change.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so coming into round 10, 2 more rounds until the switch.
All right, let's see.
Spy a little tense.
Yeah, definitely.
Launching smoke.
Spot here, putting down the smoke. Knife ready, using only the sheriff again.
Drops that smoke down, getting ready to. Oh, can he hit? And it really just relies on hitting those shots with the sheriff there.
Very true. 3 on 5. Oh, good shots with the judge, almost taking 2.
And the shotgun. See, you get someone unsuspecting around the corner, and that just works wonders for you.
Absolutely.
Moving in cautiously, thinks there might be someone there.
The Spectre is great for little corners like this.
Yeah, I agree.
Potentially coming up from that hallway. Astra taking out a lot of line of sight.
Yeah, you never know what's going to be in there.
I do love that effect, though. I like looking at Astra's bubbles.
It's beautiful. It reminds me of the end portal from Minecraft. You know how it kind of stays the same no matter where you look at it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, 1v4 now. Gems was in this position a lot with Icebox.
We're going to have to move fast with the spike planted now.
Yeah.
Oh,
easy headshot there. Takes the weapon.
That's a Vandal there.
Gonna have to move quickly now.
Never know when the enemy team's gonna be pushing him from.
Yeah, being pretty cautious.
Doesn't look like he has. Oh, wow, he's just taking as many as with him.
Wow.
Spike goes off.
I think that was definitely waiting for them to try and find him.
Absolutely.
Trying to get to that spike would have just been so hard.
But he picked up a nice Vandal, saving some credits.
That's true.
Now let's see where this goes from here.
I am really curious to see if WPSD Comets will pull out a rifle of some kind of sniper. I do believe that Bind is not the best map for it.
True.
There's just too many obstructions. There's not enough high ground that it wouldn't be great for a sniper rifle. However, I remember Chamber, the game played against the Ostrogoths. That was a powerful weapon that they used.
Bomb buddy out.
Now here, the boom bot.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Comes right back.
Doesn't look like finding anybody. He's trying his best.
And that's all you can ask. That's all you can ask. He's a fun little guy.
Holding B. Now, what I'm hoping to see here is a little more rounds on offense when they get to it. 5 and 5 here. Let's hope that maybe make it into 7 and 5 by the time they switch.
Yeah, I hope so too. And I think with those angles that they're holding, that's a good strategy, but the Phoenixes are very good at getting those picks. Just maneuvering just right to find the head and put a round through it. So they got to be careful when they're aiming down through those doorways, around those courtyards.
Very, very true. Now, I have to keep my mouth shut because the Phoenixes are having no time getting to plant and mainly putting the WPSD. Oh, very nice shot. Very nice shot.
Drops it down from a 2v2 to a...
I think he has just enough time to defuse. And it's going to bring it 6-5.
There we go.
Now, I'm not going to say anything because last time I said something, it didn't go our way.
That's okay. You're not wrong that there was a bit of a comeback.
So, what can I say? I'm a
Anyone have
Psychic.
funds to
That's what it's
spare?
called. It's called psychic.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Thank you.
We're announcers. We're not English guys.
All right.
I do think that was great, though. Just how aggressive they were. And you saw that when that Astra came through her own bubble. She did not expect anyone to be on the inside, but WPSD Comets moved through so fast that just immediately...
Absolutely. Prod making great use of almost the cover provided by the enemy team.
Just a very quick headshot. Just happened to do the trick.
Now it looks like WPSD is calling a timeout.
Really? A timeout?
Yeah, a timeout. Maybe Coach McGarry is giving a little pep talk.
A little pep talk,
maybe
something
seeing,
like that.
or maybe seeing a little opportunity to to pick at the Phoenix's strategy. Only one round away from the switch.
Yeah, and I think this is definitely the time to call a timeout. You got a situation here where the Comets or the WPSD Comets were really just moving up slowly but surely. They were getting there, and now there's a lot more contention. There's a lot more fighting. It's not as easy anymore. What do you think they could do right now to really give themselves the best advantage on the field?
I think honestly they're doing a great job at holding both points because the Phoenixes hit them from both sides.
Yeah.
But there is not really a mid, so I think perhaps maybe even bunching up a little more together because they always seem to work better in a big group that can support each other.
For sure. Yeah.
Because it seems like they're not, like the defense is not getting it done because the Phoenixes are having no trouble getting that spike planted.
All right, we're back into the game here. Moving quickly.
Gems here still with that Vandal that he took from 2 rounds ago. Looks like they're coming down B.
You should run.
One player coming over, rotating over to help his teammates defend.
Killjoy
locking it down again.
Locking their own, yeah. That Sage wall, definitely if you need to get somewhere quick, perfect to block someone off.
Very true. It looks like Prod's holding that little flanking corner, and Prod's making great use taking out that Killjoy. Enemy Reyna, great player, having her ult. No one knows when they're going to use it. Three WPSD Comets player having their ult.
Oh, 3 and 5 now. Wow.
Spike planted.
Oh,
Getting taken out
Reyna.
right on that corner, yeah. Being very cautious here. Definitely don't want to get flanked. Taking out the drone.
Now knowing where Gems is. If Gems can get to his teammate's body.
Healing up real quick. Turned his back there. I thought he was going to get taken out.
You never know when a good res could be is. Ooh.
Brimstone dropping that ult.
All ults coming out except for Gems. Prod down on his 3rd kill.
Okay. Doable. Very doable.
Oh, amazing. Plenty of time to defuse. Looks like it's going to be 7 and 5 at the end of this.
Yeah, really just backing Reyna into a corner there. Doesn't have anywhere to go.
Very, very true.
That's a round 1. Hey, 7 and 5.
Yeah, hey, I called it. What I said, psychic.
You are good today.
I know.
Switching sides.
Now coming into this switch, let's see how they work on offense, because defense was a little here and there for them.
And I was surprised. I thought they really held it together on defense.
Defense was fantastic last round.
All right, so they're going to be switching to offense. Now, I think they have a great, I think they are very good flankers. I do. Especially when they mix up their strategy a little bit. So they move forward as a group, and then after maybe a round or 2, they'll send someone to flank.
True, and they have great agents for offense here.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Twizzy not exactly hitting the same amount of pressure that he was applying with Viper last game, but still, doing great work all around.
Yeah, and I am a little nervous for the Phoenix's Killjoy. Killjoy is a sentinel, so she is good at locking down the defense point, and like we said, her abilities, not amazing.
True, and now Sage and Viper was always their dynamic duo when it came to offense, using their walls respectively to get that spike planted and locked down.
Yeah, so I want to see how the Killjoy plays on defense.
And this is,
ooh, okay.
Ooh, wow.
Right away.
They were trying to go for that same strat that we saw against the Ostrogoths last time, getting it behind that box with the two walls.
Right.
Phoenixes were almost expecting it.
Sage using that height again, trying to maybe push herself out of that position.
Taking that Ghost. Gems is great with the Ghost.
So right now we got a Breach and a Sage. Interesting dynamic here. It's going to be very, very hard to take out a team of 4 players.
Absolutely. They can get up on that box and take a peek over if they want to, but probably the Phoenixes are expecting it.
Oh, scared of that long haul. I would be too. I mean, plenty of space, especially with a Ghost.
It looks like Gems here is almost expecting oh, I think I see what's going on here. Blue is going to almost draw their attention while Gems perhaps is maybe about to rotate to B, maybe?
Wow, okay.
Looks like he's coming back on the other side to A. Hitting them on both angles, very smart move.
Flashbang there. Oh, got him.
Oh, not a good. Oh,
standing.
using that ability just at the wrong time. Gem's a little low, and that's going to be the round for the Phoenixes.
But, however, that was a very good use of the flashbang on Breach's part. I mean, you have to. The way it works is you have to hit it through the wall, right?
Absolutely.
So being able to predict where they are, and I think in Valorant, when you get flashbanged, only thing to do is kind of stand there, hope you're in cover, because if you're not, there you can't see anything.
Blue definitely was not expecting that jet to be there. Getting ready with his ability, and not really much you can do besides letting it fly. So
excellent read though,
yeah,
which is not easy to do, especially when you can't just lob it and it's like an area of effect. It has to hit through the wall.
True.
So it just makes it harder to use.
Prod here using just the classic. Interesting. Perhaps
Wow.
saving up for more bigger guns.
I'm sure that's what it is, and
Prod
I think
does like himself some heavy machinery, maybe the Ares.
I think they do appreciate the pistols more than most teams.
Yes.
Launching smoke.
Astra making it a little hard for them to get some picks here, but Fearless, and that's
Got both in the back.
hard part about jumping through the smoke like that.
Oh, very quick round, losing almost all of our members in quick succession, 7-7.
Although, that was an interesting death animation
Time to
with the
take
box.
these arms
I've never
for a
seen that
spin.
before.
I liked it. Reminded me of Christmas.
I do think that right there, that push, definitely highlights the problems with moving through the smoke, moving through different, when you don't have line of sight and moving through that fast, you can't possibly check all angles. And there's one thing to be said about being very aggressive, the other team not expecting you. However, Brimstone jumped through really quick, had his back turned to an entire doorway there.
Yeah.
So you really just have to jump through and hope that where you're facing is the right
That
way.
awareness, absolutely. Now look, going back to ooh, very quick response
Spike
there.
down.
Reyna,
A.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, the Reyna's
They
down,
easily
44.
reciprocate though.
Moving together, using that similar strategy, going for A, trying to get that spike behind the box, using both walls to advantage.
Clumping together here.
Spike
taking
down
them out.
A.
No, I'm only nervous about that Sova. I mean, that just makes it very hard to, easy to track.
Now I don't know if Gems has actually bought his wall ability. It would be great if he could put it up here to get the plant. Looks like Twizzy here's with the spike, and Twizzy's gone. Can they get the spike back?
down A.
Ashford is making things tough, and I think WPSD Comets would benefit from an Ashford
Enemy
rating.
Oh,
remaining.
good headshot by Prod.
Got the
2v1.
spike.
2v1.
Spike, perhaps a plant here. Risky.
Last player
The
standing.
plant.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Nice clutch by
Clutch
the enemy Killjoy.
is right, yeah. And I think whoever's playing that Killjoy,
not being
definitely not necessarily so much about the abilities as it is just about how they feel with that character. I mean, like, I haven't seen their turret come out.
No, yeah. Just the ultimate lockdown, fantastic,
Yeah,
and just a
exactly.
great player behind it. Now, with that round, the Phoenixes are going to pull ahead again in this game.
They are fighting, both teams are fighting tooth and nail.
Absolutely.
That's what's so creative
WPSD
about it.
does not want to make it 3-1.
Yeah, and they have to start getting creative. I mean, the black and white strategies definitely work for a time, but I feel like when you have two teams that are able to read each other very well,
Absolutely.
you're going to have to start mixing it up.
Now, Sheriff again, a little low on funds with the 2 rounds they've lost so far.
And it's all about picks with the Sheriff. It does a lot of damage, but that reload and that fire rate are a huge detriment.
You got to be ready. It makes you nervous sometimes when you're trapped and all you got it.
Boombot
Boombot
going
out.
in, bouncing off walls, kind of being useless, but it's fine. Boombot's trying. That's all that matters. We love you, Boombot.
We love you, Boombot. Now, Blue almost coming around with the flank here for A.
Just maintaining that angle. Yeah.
A Spy here. Most of his abilities are bought. 3 kills away from his ult. Taking a nice slow round. The enemy team doesn't know it, but looks like they're actually rotating to B.
Yeah.
Oh, and with that Sova dart, it looks like they're almost trying to make them think that they are going for A.
Yeah, that Sova, especially when you're trying to flank or have a creative plan going, that could just ruin everything.
Yeah, Sova
very
was
easy.
great for WPSD last game, but now since losing it,
30 seconds left.
very good. Looks like Blue having some defense here.
There's that Viper wall.
Rushing in, going quick.
Using that flashbang
Spike
again,
down,
moving up
B.
with the Sheriff.
Spike carrier is gone.
Can Blue get some picks on the people
Last
in the
player
back?
standing.
Oh, and just your accuracy with the Sheriff, and I think we've seen a couple times now, if you don't get those good picks, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you need to, the enemy team can't be ready for you.
Right, yeah. Because with every other gun, the fire rate just allows you to very quickly change your cursor, and you might have a chance, but the Sheriff just does not allow that.
Very true. Now, we've been seeing mainly them saving up their credits last couple games, and I'm hoping to see, we don't know what guns they'll pull out.
I think that shotgun didn't have enough time in the spotlight. Definitely got a kill and could have very easily gotten another kill had there not been a quick maneuver by Jet a couple rounds previous. So I think if they have another shotgun, it's worth a shot.
The big fraud here has the good old trusty Vandal. Most of the team does too. Going for their main offensive play for A. Boombot hitting a box and going the wrong way. It's okay.
I like a look as they noticed the Boombot wasn't going towards the enemies.
All right, getting up on that box. Nice, easy picks if they can get the head.
Dangerous, very risky looking at that smoke like that. If that goes down or someone pops through, they're going to have an easy pick.
Losing her flight carrier again. That Jet on the enemy team is
Jet, wow. Maneuverability on Jet's part. Very, very powerful.
Flying through.
Oh,
that corner
okay.
there.
This Jet, that would be an ace, right?
And the Killjoy stealing that ace with the Jet, almost.
Yeah, I've always been impressed with, if you have a good Jet, being able, even if you're right in front of somebody, to quickly maneuver out of the way down a side alley, it's just so important.
Especially if you want to flank. It's good to get high mobility and just being fast in general.
And especially if you're able to drop yourself in and then use your ult. That ult is so powerful close range. If you're able to get even a few body shots, I believe each knife does 50 damage.
Yes.
So that could easily take out 2 players, even if it means costing your own life.
Absolutely.
Eagerly awaiting at the gates here.
Was he back with his famous bulldog? We saw him pop almost with a 3-round burst. He got 3 headshots. Which, if you do the math, that's pretty impressive.
Looks like they're standing pretty still here, possibly contemplating life. Don't know. Eager holding that angle there. Interesting angle to hold.
It looks like Twizzy's on his own here while the rest of the team goes up to B.
I think their idea is they want to try to catch some flankers. However, I haven't noticed many flankers up to this point.
No, but once the defenders for A notice that they're pushing B, Twizzy can get some quick shots in the back, and I think that's what he's trying to do here.
May have been a very good decision on their part if they can get someone to come through.
Looks like losing the numbers game on the other side there towards B. Just gems.
4v2 now.
With the Spectre and the Spike. Let's see how this works.
Last player standing.
Oh, okay, just gems. Oh, and good. See, that's what I mean. Luckily Gems was ready for it, but Jet flying out like that.
Yeah, it's always good for the height, but also it's very disorienting for your accuracy flying that fast towards an enemy.
Coach McGarry, arms crossed. He looks very intent. I'm sure it's pretty tense for the team right now. I mean,
the nerves have to be up.
Yeah, it is doable. They can still pull this back.
Potentially taking the first round, their first loss in the league.
Yeah, Phoenixes are getting up there. If they don't do something soon, they're going to have to fight an uphill battle.
Yes.
All right. Stealing their nerves. They're getting ready to go in. What do you think that charm is there? Is that the spike?
I believe that is.
A little thing of the spike?
Look at that.
Interesting.
Reloading.
I think you can tell a lot about a player from what a charm they wear.
I do too.
Looks like they have that
Begins.
from the alley here.
They love this alley. Hey,
Wow.
he's very aggressive here.
Okay, Viper putting down that bubble there, blocking line of sight. Very helpful.
Very nice mobility. Oh, wow, this is a chaotic but amazing round.
Rays flying through. Spy is doing a great job here maneuvering through the team. Okay, come on. And just gets pincered on both sides.
Reyna with a 4-bomb.
Yeah, okay, so I think that has the potential to work. Now, they are 1 point away
Absolutely.
from winning this.
Yeah, match point.
If they can do what they did last round, if WPSD Comets can do what they did last round and start pulling themselves up, they might be able to win. But if they don't really pull together, they're going to be taking their first loss of the season.
True, and I don't want to see it. So I'm on the edge of my seat, and I'm hoping that we're going to have a third game here.
I might break down into tears, but it's fine. We're going to be here with the team and the viewers the whole time.
And to all the viewers out there, I do not want to have to console Adam.
Okay, wow, right away, gets a good pick with her ult there. Throwing in a grenade, being very, very aggressive.
Boombot, our favorite.
Oh, he's going in this time.
He is.
He's got it.
Right past the box.
Might successfully get into that building there. Astra still laying down those bubbles, extremely disorienting. If you can't move in quickly, then you're going to be stuck there for a long, long time.
Absolutely. So now WPSD does work amazing when the pressure's on. When it's match point, they know what they need to do.
Okay, guys. Moving through. Okay.
4v4. Prod with the spike.
4v3. They can pull this up.
Trading back and forth. Plant's going down by Prod. A risky maneuver right now.
Good pressure, though.
Prod
Adds a
under
lot
fire.
of pressure to this game. Ooh, I can barely talk. I'm so nervous.
This is the part where the game gets amazing.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Astra,
Prod with his 3rd kill of the game.
Astra's the only one that's left and just put down her ult. Interesting time to use it. Takes down one.
Keeping the pressure on. If they can just work it out.
Bye.
Oh, Prod,
boy.
amazing. Especially with the semi-auto of that gun, just clicking on the head, amazing.
I mean, Spy was low health. That was in the air there for a minute.
Absolutely, this is a tooth and nail game.
Oh boy, Coach McGarry looking stressed as ever.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Yeah. I'm sure, because I think it's all on the team, right? But I mean, you know, I believe this is his first time coaching something like this, organizing something like this. It means a lot to him.
Absolutely, he's a great figure behind these students.
And I don't doubt this will be a powerful learning experience for the team. I mean, I'm just impressed with how close they've kept this game. It was not a blowout on either sides, but I mean, win or lose, they kept this up.
Absolutely. WPSD Comets are not good. Like, although they may lose, they are not going to lose easy. They're going to make the enemy team work for it.
That's right. Very impressive team. All right, they lost a member here. 4v5, still doable. Moving as a tight-knit group can be dangerous, especially with an ult.
Looks like the enemy team does not have their ult. Oh, and it's back with Gems finally using that ult to res.
Okay, 3v3. Taking heavy fire through that doorway there.
Flanker's taking a few of our own. Oh, almost taking down the Reyna.
Right. And
that is going to be it.
Is it?
Defenders win.
First time in the league. Unfortunately, WPSD is going to go down to 3-1.
However, that was an intense game.
Well, I think we saw both amazing skills from both sides there.
And definitely, I am extremely impressed with. I'm extremely impressed with WPSD's Comets' ability to keep it that close. Now, these are the final stats here. Not as many WPSD Comets
on the top as we'd like.
Yes, right, yeah, for sure. However, Prod definitely saw his skills come out in full force.
Absolutely.
In this match here, so he deserves to be up there. All right, Mid-South Eagles next week.
And let me tell you, I can't wait for next week already.
I know. I think these teams are so diverse with their play styles. It's just so exciting to be here on this journey with the team.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be their eye in the sky and talking about almost all the mistakes that they make, and I'm sure they're happy for me.
I'm sure they appreciate us talking about their playing. But no, I was very happy with this match. I mean, listen, they lost, but that 3-1, not a bad record at all.
Absolutely. They still left much on the highlight reel. I can't wait to watch it when I get home.
I know, and 5 matches left. There's plenty of time, not only for improvement, but just to keep that winning streak up.
Absolutely. As I wait with bated breath for next Thursday,
yeah,
I know that knowing these students, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep practicing even harder next time because now they're itching for another win.
Yeah, and I do think Coach McGarry, you know, he might be new, but listen, we have had the pleasure of hearing him talk to the team, and he's a motivational guy.
True.
Just constant positive energy, never lets anything get him down, just uses everything as a learning experience. And I think that's one of the most important things for having an effective team is having effective leadership.
Very, very true. So now, speaking of Coach McGarry, next week we're going to have, in our pre-show, we're going to have an interview with him. Now, I believe with that, we're going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be it. Impressive game on both sides. That will be the WPSD Comets' first loss. However, 3-1 score. Very good.
I'll take it.
Very, very good. And 5 more games to go. So we encourage you guys, tune in when WPSD Comets goes against the Mid-South Eagles. We'll be right here at the desk, ready to commentate and maybe help you guys through the match. And we cannot wait to see you there.
Yes, my name is Connor McLeod.
I'm Adam Tinkelman.
And thank you for watching. And please tune in next week.